Alright folks, welcome to Yak Math videos for your Algebra 1 Fall Final Exam Review. Folks, here are the answers, 1 through 3. Write an algebraic expression for each verbal expression. Product of 5 and x is simply 5x and then plus 3 as you see it there. The quotient means division, so that's simply x divided by 7. Number 3 here, a number x squared minus 4. Boom. Folks, your final has 68 questions, so pretty much all but 2 of these on. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Order of operations, you simply do 48 divided by 4 plus 21. Gets you 33. Here you got to work on the inside. Do 1 plus 3, that is 4. Square it, 16. Subtract it from 31. 5 times 15 is 75. 100 divided by 5 is 20, plus you got to square the 4 first. Alright, that's going to give you 16. Multiply it by 3, that's 48. 20 plus 48, 68. Folks, pause this video whenever you need to. Alright. Evaluate each expression if A is 7, B is 3, and C is 2. So 13 times 7 minus 4 times 3 plus 3 times 2. Be like Glade and plug it in. Nothing kills the scent of a freshman boy quite like Glade plug-in. Alright, plug 7 in for A, 2 in for C as such. You get 56 plus 10, 66 over 10, 6.6. Got to square 3 first here. Again, plug 3 in for B. 7 in for A, 2 in for C. Gonna square 3. 4 times 9 is 36. 3 times 7 times 2 is 42. 36 minus 42 is a negative 6. Alright, going on here to the second page. Second page is all about that distributive property. Alright. Rewrite each using the distributive property. Just simply do 6 times 5, which is 30, plus 6 times 2, which is 2x, which is 12x. This next one here, take a fourth of 32x, that's 8x, minus 1/4 of 16 is 4. Next one, you're going to do 4 times 2, 14x, plus 7 times 3, 21, plus 5 times 3x, 15x, plus 5 times 2, which is 10. Combine like terms, 14x and 15x is 29x, plus 21 plus 10, 31. All right, 31 minus 12, that's 19. 5x is 19. Divide both sides by 5. 19 divided by 5 is 3.8. Take half of 6, that is 3x, minus half of 12 is 6. Sorry, add 6 to both sides. So do the opposite, add 6. Add 6. 3x is 33. Divide both sides by 3. X is 11. Folks, negative 5, negative 11 is your first order pair, followed by negative 5 eighths, negative 3, negative 4, 0, 3, 2, 5, and 6, 2. So the mapping diagram would be as such. Negative 5 is going with negative 11 and positive 8. That's a cheating boy. No. Negative 3 goes with 4. 0 goes with 3. 2 goes with 5. And 6 goes with 7. All right. Determine whether each function or each relation is a function. Yes or no, and explain why. Guys, you have the same boy trying to take 2 different girls. Not allowed. All right, a double x, that's a cheating boy. That is not a function. Here, folks, everything is fine. A single x is only being mapped to a single y. No cheating boy, so yes, that is a function. So write an equation for each verbal expression. So if you have the sum, that's addition of 4x and 3y, that's 4x plus 3y, is the same as, that means equals w plus 43. 18 minus x is y squared. There it is. Translate the equation into a sentence. 3x minus 2 equals 19. That's 3 times the number x. Minus 2 equals 19. That's what's going on. Easy question there. Next one, solve for x. All right, so you're going to add 2. Do the opposite. Add 2 to both sides. You can divide both sides by 1/2, or you can multiply by the reciprocal, which is 2. Anyway, we should all know that half of 12 is 6. Folks, simply add 13. Negative 4 plus 13 is a positive 9. All right. Moving on. So this pretty much goes exactly what's in the order of what we learned this year. Whole next page, solve for x. Folks, I would multiply both sides by 4, cancel that 4 out. You're left with x minus 7 is 24, then simply add 7 to both sides. Subtract 9, you get 28 is equal to a negative 5, then divide both sides by negative 5, you get negative 5.6. Multiply both sides by negative 3, you get x minus 12 is a negative 21. Add 12 to both sides, x is a negative 9. Here on 25, use some distribution, add 15 to both sides, divide 32 by 5, 6.4. Moving on, 26. 5 times 3x is 15x plus 6 times 5, 30 is equal to 3 times 5x plus 3 times 10. Look at that, the x's cancel, bye by x. 30 equals 30 is a true statement, all real numbers. This next one, folks, do a little distribution. 4 times x minus 4 times 7 equals 6x minus 31. 6x is bigger than 4x. This is the side for the x's, so subtract 4x from both sides. Then add 31, divide 3 by 2, 1.5 or 3 over 2 is your answer. Folks, in this next question, you have to cross multiply. The arrows mean multiplication. So you're going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, equals 5 times that quantity. Use distribution. Add 35 to both sides, you get 8.2. Add 4 to both sides, you have 2/3 of x is 16. It might be hard to know what 2/3 of what number is 16. You can multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 3 over 2. You could divide 16 by 2/3. You could multiply both sides by 3, get 2x is 48, divide by 2. Either way, you get x is 24. All right. Next page, bear with me here, or with a new way to make these videos. Plug negative 12 in for x. Absolute value of negative 9 is a positive 9. 17 minus 9 is 8. Plug negative 21 in for x. Negative 21 minus 34 is a negative 55 in the absolute value. 55 to the left of 0 is still 55 away from 0, so your answer is 55. A lot of folks have been asking about 32. Solve for x, so get x on one side. 1/2 x is y plus 2. Multiply. Instead of dividing by 1/2, multiply both sides by 2. Get a nice answer there. Use distribution of y plus 6 is x. Remember, folks, when you're dealing with absolute value, you have two answers because you could live to the left of the tracks 5 miles or the right of the track 5 miles. All right. There's your first equation. X minus 2 is 5. X minus 2 is negative 5. Add 2 to both sides. And those are your two answers. Moving on to 34. X plus 7 is 2. X plus 7 is negative 2. You're going to subtract 7 from both to get negative 5 and a negative 9. 35. 2 minus x is 11. 2 minus x is negative 11. Subtract 2 from both. You get negative x is 9. You get negative x is negative 13. So you have the opposites. So x is negative 9 is your answer. X is a positive 13 is your answer. And we're halfway through. You have 90 minutes for your final. 90 minutes for your final on Tuesday. Everybody's getting an extra one of these in class, so you can practice. Slope, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. You can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It is the difference of the y's. Should write that down. Difference of y divided by difference of x. All right. So I'm going to take 4, which is the bigger y, 4 minus a negative 7 over negative 2 minus 2. 11 over negative 4 is negative 11/4. 7 minus a negative 3 over negative 4 minus a negative 4. That's 10 over 0, which is undefined. Okay, when you divide by 0, you get a math error. That's a math sin. The 11th commandment. It should be, so you write undefined, not 0. This answer is 0. Okay, when you have 0 over 5, that is 0. Again, if you get confused, use your calculator. 11 minus 7 over 2 minus a negative 3 is 4/5. Folks, this question couldn't be easier. I tell you to write in y equals mx plus b form, and I give you m and b, so simply substitute those in for m and b. Slope-intercept form, y equals negative 2x plus 3. Some of the easiest ones on the test. Then it gets a little bit more challenging. It's still, I want it in y equals mx plus b form. All right, so y equals negative 1/2 x plus b, that's your m. Plug negative 8 in for x, 7 in for y. Negative 1/2 times negative 8 is 4. Subtract 4 from both. You get y is negative 1/2 x plus 3. Y equals 3x plus b is your next one. Plug negative 7 in for x. And look at that. That is a boo-boo. That should be a 2. Right? That is definitely a 2. So this should be 6. So you're going to subtract 6 from both sides. You're going to get a negative 13. A negative 13 for B. All right. If there are any other boo-boos make that I don't catch, please let me know. You could earn a bonus gluten-free goodie. Guys, you do not shade here because this is an equation, not an inequality. The y-intercept is 5. You go down 1 over 3, make a dot to that.